have had a suspicion that something was off for a while. And I had to be very delicate in the way I said it because it's your wife and you don't ever want to call her, image into question. But I've known her again for so long. And in the last 6 years, I said, okay, like there's a little bit of inflammation going on that I haven't seen. Like, what is that? We're healthy, we work out, we eat right, we try to take care of ourselves. We have access to all these great people. Something's not adding up. And, I was just kind of following her lead. Hey, I have a thyroid issue. Hey, hormones are off. Hey, but when she started talking about this and started sharing with me the things she was seeing online and on people like your page, I was like, oh, like that sounds like that's what you have. And so when she told me she was going to do this, my perspective was like, yeah, like 100% you should do it, because again, I get to educate myself with people like yourself on this show, and I'm aware of the effects of chronic inflammation. And I was like, okay, if you have that, extrapolate that 10, 20, 30 years down the road, this is not going to get better. It's going to get exponentially worse. Do you agree with that? Yes. So when she told me she was thinking about this, I said, okay, good idea, because I want my wife to be obviously happy, healthy, and thriving. From an aesthetic standpoint, for me personally, I mean, this is too much information for the audience. I'm not necessarily like the boob guy anyway. Like the target for me is a little lower, to not be too vulgar. And so like it wasn't a big thing for me. That being said, I know a lot of guys put a big emphasis on the chest, and I get that, but I don't know. Like it wasn't the biggest thing. I feel like, to me, like, maybe guys that do that have a little bit of a mommy issue.
I also think what's great about my husband is that he saw me before. Like he knows it's like, it's not here's those old C's again.
No, but all jokes aside, like I want my wife's beautiful, but the draw was not her image. Like it's always been her as a person. And so I don't want her to be sick.
Oh, that's so cliche though. This is like too much of The Notebook. Like be real.
That's true. And I also don't want to be in a situation where the person I'm co-parenting with is sick and not feeling good, right? Like that,
He knew there was a problem with inflammation for a while, and we were trying to figure it out. And once this all clicked, I think it was like for both of us an aha moment.
I like I'm very like black and white. I started thinking, okay, if you're going to have chronic inflammation because of something that's in your system that your body doesn't want, and you're going to keep going 10, 20, 30 years down the line, like, that's not going to get better. And also tell me this is wrong. I imagine if you're somebody that has these, you have to do maintenance on them every, 15, 20, 30. I don't know how often you have to do it. But if you're a young woman, call it 25, like you're probably gonna have to get these redone, at least 2 to 3 times in your lifetime, or is that not accurate?
Yeah, I would tell you, I was trained in a manner that's very different.